Hey guys, DBJ here. Again, deep cuts of the DMG. Finding just little chapters, little paragraphs, little headings, and ripping them apart, dissecting them, and using them to do nothing but create better things in your game. On page 242, I'm not one to want to read too much out of the book, but I love what this says. Since most of this book is like 99% optional rules, and hopefully my camera is not completely booty, so you can read that, it's titled Resolution and Consequences for as a Game Master. I'm going to read this. Alright? As a DM, you have a variety of flourishes and approaches you can take when adjudicating success and failure to make things a little less black and white. Success at a cost. Failure can be tough, but the agony is compounded when a character fails by the barest margin. When a character fails a roll by only one or two, you can allow the character to succeed at the cost of a complication or hindrance. Such complications can run along any of the following lines, and I'm just going to read the first one. The character manages to get her sword past the hobgoblin's defenses and turn a near miss into a hit, but the hobgoblin twists his shield and disarms her. Why is that important? And why the hell did I pick that out? Well, here's the thing about resolution, consequences, and succeeding at a cost. Further down, we have degrees of failure and critical success or failure. Why do I love this part in this DMG? It's because it put into writing many of the subjects that we've been video responding about, as far as fudging dice and deciding what the hell happens in your game as a game master. What I love about that little part, and mind you, it only extends from the top of this page of 242 down to the bottom. Right? That's it. One little part. What I love about it is when you have those mediocre rolls, those rolls where you need to roll a 15 and you rolled a 13 or a 14, you as the game master are like, wow, well, what happens during those medium rolls? Those rolls where you have a difficulty of 15 and someone rolls something in the realm of 13 through 17. It's that not quite made it, but kind of missed. What the hell happens? You as the game master can say, well, you fail forward. And the term fail forward has been used in many of the independent games, where now you're able to add some flourishes, add some details, and yes, fudge what happens in your game to create more story, to create more exciting things. You have the idea, like I read in here, where, she goes to attack the hobgoblin, goes to stab with her short sword, and yes, it hits the hobgoblin in the kidney, and then the hobgoblin twists away and disarms the character. Okay, yeah, they hit the character, they hit the creature, did some damage, hobgoblin, spins away in pain, and now they're out of a weapon. What do? Do they grab something off the ground? Do they pull out their other short sword? Does someone throw them a weapon? Is the hobgoblin dead, and now they have to go out and try to retrieve the item out of the creature? You have all those great things in movies where the dwarf takes his axe and hacks into the back of the giant's head, and now the axe is stuck in the back of the giant's head. You have the idea from what's the movie where the character goes to strike the dragon, and it sticks into the dragon's scales, and then the dragon takes to the air, and the character, hey, takes their spear, sticks it into the thing, and now the character's flying through the air, holding on for dear life to a spear stuck into the tail section of this white dragon or something. You can come up with great ideas, and also it allows you as the game master to say, okay, wait a minute. It's the second round of combat. Yes, I could kill the characters off. Yes, I could just let the character kill the creature off. But let's make something interesting in there, where there's more dynamic interaction in the combat, instead of roll to hit, damage, roll, fail, no damage. Roll to hit, damage, roll, fail, no damage. Have things where the ground is blood slicked. Have things where where the character drops their weapon or it gets stuck somewhere. Have opportunities where the mage casts a spell and the spell ricochets off the wall and causes some other things. Maybe the burning hands hits the creature and causes the curtains to catch on fire. You have an idea where the dwarf uses his axe and cuts the leg off of the creature, and the creature falls and trips the portcullis to fall down. Just add some extra dynamic in there. Add some, this is just an excuse to have, some extra skill rolls. Have some of the characters spotlight some of their abilities. It's not really about saving their life or creating a situation where there's nothing but success, because according to this, it is not automatic success. It is success with a hindrance. All right? Also, if we look down here where my finger's pointing, we have ourselves degrees of failure. All right? And using this, using their rules for degrees of failure, you can have where someone fails by 5 or more. And so a degree of failure, according to their little example, thief goes to disarm, let's say there's a trap that shoots out poison spikes. Hey, thief finds out, say, hey guys, hold on for a minute. I'm going to disarm this trap so we don't get hit by the poison spikes. But they fail. Well, how much do they fail by? If they fail by 5 or more, damn, the trap goes off, twing. Hey, make your saving throws, watch out, watch the hell out, because, hey, somebody's going to get hit. But if they only fail by like 1 or 2, is it really a critical failure? No, it doesn't have to be a whole botch and critical failure. It could be the thief goes, shoot, I can't get this thing disarmed. Someone who created it was more skilled than I am, but the trap is still set. Or maybe the thief goes, you know what? We've got 30 seconds to get by this, and the trap goes off. Tell the thief, you know what? Hey, you set off the timer. The pit trap is going to go off. You guys better run across it before it goes off. You got 30 seconds. It could be anything like that. So you can have degrees of failure. Every failure does not have to be, you don't have to hose your players and make everything a botch, make everything a critical failure. It could be the player characters try to convince a guard that we need to sneak into the city, and they fail. So the guard goes, listen, rubs his fingers together. You know what? I don't see why I should let you in, but if you sweeten the pot a little bit, they failed, but they only failed by 1 or 2. So guard's given the universal sign of, hey, give me some more cash. Now the game master's going, okay, you failed, but I'm giving you another opportunity. And using the Dungeon Master's Guide, they're giving the character the opportunity. Or they go to ask the guard, hey, we need to sneak into the town, and they make some allusions to wanting to bribe the guard or something like that, and the guard just basically casually goes, look, don't bribe me, don't try to get past me. I'm going to ignore the fact that you tried to bribe me. Listen, show me your papers. Why are you here? So, in essence, creating a neutral situation where, okay, they didn't convince the guard to let him in, but the guard's also not pissed off. He's just annoyed, like, okay, here we go with these adventurers trying to bribe me again. Don't try to bribe me. Tell me why you want to be here. Great way to describe a failure without it being a botch, without trying to hose the characters. So degrees of failure, again, Game Master's, Dungeon Master's Guide, going out here with the deep cuts, going into resolutions, consequences. Hopefully my camera can pick up some of this crap. Not the best thing in the world. I haven't invested in much. But Dungeon Master's Guide. Resolution of consequences, success at a cost, degrees of failure, and critical successes and failures. We all know about the critical successes and failures. But I love the fact that the Dungeon Master's Guide now, and in many ways, has put into writing those things that many of us old heads have been doing for years. And that is using the dice to create dramatic tension in situations. Using the ability and right of the Game Master to say, yes, you succeeded, but it wasn't quite what you needed. Yes, you failed, but, it wasn't that bad. Maybe you're going to need make another roll at a penalty. It's the idea of, hey, everybody, let's jump across the pit. and you fail your roll to jump across the pit, and so therefore, hey, first character jumps, second character jumps, third one, oh, I missed it by 2. Shoot, man, that means I fell into the pit. Well, not necessarily. Game Master says, well, okay, you land on the other side, land on your stomach, roll a d4, you're stunned for 1 to 4 rounds. Or you land on the other side, hanging by your fingertips. Make a strength roll, or make a strength roll to hold on. Maybe another character can help you, and you get advantage to hold on, unless everybody ran off on you and left you there dangling. Or, boom, you land on the other side, you stumble and fall, you scramble your way up, but sorry, you lost your pack, you lost 5 days' rations and your dagger. You can always have the success, but you barely just made it. And right here in the Dungeon Master's Guide, it gives you those tools, and it gives you in writing to allow the Game Master to adjudicate those situations, to allow successes, but barelys, and allow failures, but not botches. All right? Just add more into it, and just allows you to be more creative without completely destroying and deriding your game. And just all it is just extending the story, making things more dynamic, and giving the Game Master more tools, giving the players more opportunities to shine, and giving the players actually more opportunities to quote-unquote fail, but still go on with the story without doing the classic save versus death or you're gone. So anyway, please be creative. Use this thing, man. It's awesome. It sparks so many ideas. Just don't be destructive. All right?